So welcome back. In the last video, we able to spin up 2 more containers using Portainer. We have the web app application, even though that did not run. We have the Nginx, which we have before, which is this. So now we are going to fix this step where, since we have the published port, we should be able to click on this port, and it should be able to take us to the application. How do we do that? So all we just need is to configure the environmental variable. We are going to configure the environmental variable to take the IP address. And what is the IP address of the host? That is the host where all these containers are running. And where are they running? They are running on our what? On our Ubuntu machine. If I clear my screen now and I do docker ps, you can see that we have the container running. You can see this is the first container, the one we first run, the Portainer, and this is the Nginx with latest, and this is the last one that I run. Okay, that I ran with the web app application. So we want to be able to click on the port and be directed directly onto the web service. And so we need to get the IP address of our machine. Now, what is the IP address of the machine, which is what? The one over here. So I'm copying it from the browser. That is the IP address. And what we need to do is to go down to the left pane, and you see what we call environmental related. In the old version, you could see it as endpoint, or you could see it as environment. But here it is called environmental related. So you go to click on it, and underneath it, you select environment. When you click on environment, then the next thing you want to do is what? Click on the existing container. Don't forget, we have Portainer that is running every other container. So this is the container that is local. If you go back here, if you go back to to our Portainer, sorry, if we go back to our stack, and we'll go back to our Portainer. So this is the one that is running the application, which is the local. Okay, that is one that is running the application. Every other application is living on this Portainer. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to click on it. When you click on environmental variable, then click on local. Then from here, we should be able to what? Assign the IP address. Look at it, public IP address. That is, what is the public IP address of this local? So I'll come here and paste the public IP address, which is the IP address of my Ubuntu server. This server here. I think it's this server. No, not this. I think if I can see it, you know what I mean. I'm talking about the IP address of my Ubuntu server. Okay, this one, which is here, this IP address. And that is what I copy, and I copy it over here. I'm going to update environment. So if you look up here, it says environment updated. So if I go back now to my dashboard and I click on my container, so instead of copying IP address and copying the port to the browser, I can just come here, and if I click on it, I can see take me directly to what? To the Nginx web server. So that is what you need to do to configure so that your application can directly be launched from the Portainer port. So that is that about it. So let us see if we can spin up another container. So I'm going to go to hard container. Let me go back to my Docker Hub registry. Let me see if I can see. I should be able to have a container that is running. Let me see. Okay, I'm not very sure. Let me see. Let's try this. This one that says front end, latest. Okay, and it is exposed. It's also exposed on port 8080. That is the entry point server. Okay, let's try this. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go back to my Portainer. I'm going to put it as front end. It is front end. Sorry, front end server. Front end server. That's the name I wanted to give it, and I'm going to put the image here. This is the image latest, and I'm going to map the port. Port 8080 is already running, so I'm going to use port 8081, and I'm going to put this one at port 80. I think that should be fine. Or let me put it at 8081 as well. That should be fine. And I'm going to what? Go ahead and deploy the container. Let us see maybe this. Oh, there is a code. Something is wrong with it. I didn't stop for a few seconds and let it code. Okay, we're going to, when we learn about how to check the log, then we're going to check what happened, why this image failed. Yeah, so we're going to look at that. So I'm going to remove it, and then I will try another one again. Let me go back to my Docker registrar. Let us see if I have report game. Okay, so this one's 1 year ago. Something is wrong with them. Add service, payment service. Let me try this Santa. Okay, Santa latest. And I'm going to copy it. I don't know if it's working. Also expose on port 8080. Okay, let's try Santa. I will call it Santa. Then I'll put the image. I will set it on port 8080 and this on port 8080 as well. And I'm going to deploy it. Let us see if it's still working. Some of them are very good. Oh, this is, it said failure to drive fail programming, external connectivity, bind for port 8080. Okay, maybe the port is already running somewhere. So let me change this one to port 8085. Maybe that is already running. Or port 80 or deploy. Okay, let me change this one to port 8085. Run it. Okay, so it's because that port 8080 was already, okay, oh, I see. Port 8080 was already connected to this, so that is why. So let us see if this is going to work. Santa, I'm going to click on it. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, it's not working yet. So I don't know if those images are actually working. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove this old one. I'm going to remove this. Okay, and then I'm going to go on Santa again. Let me see if I can map another port. Okay, it is on TCP port 8085. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop it. I will remove it. So I'm going to go ahead and try to run it again. Okay, latest. And I'm going to map port. This time I want to use 8080 because it's now free. And I will go ahead and launch it. And I will try again. What we're just trying here to see is how to use Portainer to log. You imagine that if you want to do this on the command line, you know how long that is going to take you. So, okay, you can see because I did not put any name, you can see Portainer actually put a name for itself. So let me click on this and let me see if it's working. Okay, you can see this is working. It wasn't working before because another port was fixed to 8080. So when I change it, you can see when I just click on it, it is working. Application is working. So you can see now it is easy for you to run a container using Portainer. So in the next video, we are going to look further into the capability of this tool. How can we access the log? How can we interact with our application, either even using the command line through the GUI? I believe you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video.